I like how you sing like it's your goal, and every time that goes, you're not on key.
I know. I don't know why, but every time I hear the piano, I just want to.
Great.
Carson.
Hi. We don't do that. Sometimes when we walk in the street, she just starts trying to hold my hand.
I'll
and
go
I'm
like this, and he's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "Besties." I feel like I haven't seen you in forever, even though I see you every day.
You do. Pull your mic down,
I'm
please.
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, like pull it. Just pull it down a little bit.
Oh, like this?
And there you go, a little bit better.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, of course.
Always looking out. That's the producer in him, and basically my slave because he does everything for me. So Carson, I feel like I really want to just discuss with you.
Okay.
Like I want to talk to you about Bakersfield.
Okay.
So if y'all don't know, Carson is from Bakersfield.
I am from Bakersfield.
Which is like looked down upon in California.
It just is. It's just so the reason it's like I frame it like that because what I get from most people is I drove through your town, which is inaccurate, and it was nothing. Or to Andy, who's sitting over here, he's like, I drove through your town and it smelled like cow crap. Like,
which is like true.
It's true. It's not inaccurate. What I'm saying is inaccurate is that you did not really drive through the town. I'm not saying when you immediately drive into Bakersfield, your life is going to be changed. That's not what I'm saying. But when you drive through Bakersfield, you're on like the outskirts of town. Like you aren't actually like going through it. Like there was a person that was talking to you when we went like home for Easter that was like, yeah, that's like a whole like city and like town big. And vibe. It's like it's not just like this random dirt pasture with cows that everyone thinks it is. Am I saying Bakersfield is the best place on the planet? I am not.
It's better than Disney World.
Disney World.
I'm gonna be honest.
It's cheaper than Disney World.
It is. Allie said that, which is my best friend, was like, Disneyland is the happiest place on earth. Like I disagree. I could argue Bakersfield
is the happiest place on earth.
When I go to Carson's house, this is not even a joke. This is anyone's house, but for some reason, his house. I get on that couch and I don't care who's talking, I knock out. Like I just literally go, like, I don't fall. Andy, if you saw me, like I will. We literally watched a movie.
We watched no, not a movie. We watched multiple movies on different nights
and days. It wasn't just nighttime. Like they were like 2:00 in the afternoon. Like
yeah, and then she would be like, "So can you explain the whole movie to me?"
No. There was one night. This was freaky. I go to sleep and I wake up to like all of them. Like wrapped around the TV, like just staring at it, and I'm like, where? For
context. So I had gotten up. It was like me, Matt Westergom, who is also on this show, and then my dad watching this movie. So Matt and my dad both have terrible eyes. My dad will never admit it, but he like definitely needs glasses.
I love his dad. I asked his dad to adopt me 5 minutes into.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild.
I asked his dad to adopt me.
He didn't know what to say.
I said it's not to listen. I get the papers done in like that. You tell me when. And his dad was just like.
So do you guys want something to drink? We just ran forward.
I was like, I love you, Brian. I love you, Brian Ezell.
So they both have poor eyesight. And so this movie, like the screen, I will say, was far away from the couch. But both of them instinctively just went up to go see. Because like at the end of the movie, they were explaining like what happened at the end. Because it was about true stories of the movie Dumb Money. And like it was explaining like what happened at the end, you know, like we just text. So they both get up and like are circling the TV. I had gotten up because I just wanted some tea. So like I was just already standing. So then
y'all were up.
She just like woke up to all of us like standing around the TV, just like staring at it.
It was not, it was an interesting thing. But yeah, like I knock out at his house. But I feel like Bakersfield is life changing. So listen, I love Pittsburgh, but Bakersfield was like life changing. Like I go there and I'm like, the mountains, like your family is like an enigma to me. Like they're so like, because I love them. Like I feel like it's so good that it's not real. Like it's not. Like for example, like your dog does not exist. Like your dog isn't real. Like I see him and her. Well, your dog looks like a boy, but it's like Scout's not a girl. Like Scout, that is a boy. In another life, that was supposed to be a boy. So I'm like, this isn't real. Like I sit there and I'm like, there's no way. Like I'm comfortable in people's houses, but like I literally go on his couch. I'm like I'm ready to just knock out. It's like a dream. I'm living the life. That is the happiest place on earth.
It seems like the happiest place on earth is really just my parents' house. It's not Bakersfield.
No, Luigi's? Holy shit, what do you mean? Okay, there's this place, like because there's really not much to do in Bakersfield, there's this place that apparently is not open at night. It's only open in the daytime, and you just drink and eat food. What a life. What a life.
You just explained a restaurant.
Yes.
You just explained a restaurant.
But it's different. It's different.
No, I mean,
everyone in the freaking community that's cool goes to this place, and it's like a social club. Like if you don't go to Luigi's, like you're a loser. You are a loser. And so his mom got me a shirt. Like I'm not just a winner. Like I'm literally like CEO right now of Luigi's too. Like that's it. Like I've made it in my life. I made it. And so that's what I'm saying is like, what a life. Like, no wonder Scout is cross-eyed. Like she doesn't need to see. Like she's living the life. She doesn't need good eyesight because she is in heaven. She's already there. Do you want to explain the train? My first interaction in Bakersfield. I think that's what started the high. And I just couldn't go down after that. Do you want to explain that one?
Sure.
Do you want to explain that day?
Sure, we can explain the day.
I think this is my first time. This was the moment I fell in love with. Like in one day, all of this happened, and I was just like, I love it. What a life.
So,
so in the train.
So it was October. I was like once a month I go home to visit my parents and then like my relatives and stuff. Especially because like when I was living in Boston, like I would only see them for holidays. So now that I live in Los Angeles, I'm like, well, great. I'm going to take up my opportunity that I can just go drive and see them whenever there's an event or anything. So, these two had just moved to Los Angeles and I was like, this is a lot. So I thought, it would be good if you guys could just get out, like get some different perspective.
You wanted to show us heaven.
However you want to look at it, like different perspective, because like it really feels like a different part of California. It really feels like a different part, right? So
and really fast, not to cut you off, but like I always say when we go to Bakersfield, it's like time has stopped. Like I feel like I'll go there for a weekend, but it feels like I've been there for like 6 years, and I'm like, oh, gotta go back to LA. Like it's a different world. Like it's just it's almost as if you're from Staten Island and you're going to like Jim Thorpe, Pennsylvania, like it's like two different worlds. You're used to one and then you're like, it's like two different,
Yeah. So, I was kind of like thinking of places to take them like around because we were only there for a day. And so I was trying to think and I was like with my brother-in-law and it was kind of tough because like Bakersfield is great, but it is definitely like a place of like people choose to live there not because like of explosive nightlife or something like that. it's because,
Luigi's.
like rent, but like houses are cheaper. It's like a cost effective way to like raise a family, like a lot of schools, different
It is
stuff.
beautiful,
and
too.
like also very like industry full with like oil and like dairy farming and stuff. So all of those factors, but that doesn't necessarily make it like a super like engaging, like, oh my gosh, there's so much crazy stuff happening in Bakersfield all the time, And so there's Luigi's, which is like a really good restaurant, which she has said, but it was tough explaining that we're going to go to this place called Luigi's on a Saturday at 11 a.m. in the morning. We're going to drink and then eat a bunch of pasta. I remember explaining that to Matt, and he was like, this is dumb.
It's like a Darty, but like on crack.
Like on paper, that sounds ridiculous.
Like it's a Darty, but like it's like, because I'm used to that. Like we have those. Where in Staten Island, we have those. But that's like, I was like, wow, like there's like 30 and 40-year-olds here that are just like, this is the life. Like,
and so we get there, and so they're like, at least amongst my family, they're known for their Moscow mules. We love their Moscow mules. They make them really good. But one thing I forgot about, and like I am very much a lightweight, so like I figured this out.
He's a very
way too late. I'm way too much of a lightweight. And so they had really just like put way too much vodka in those. So like I was sauced even probably after the first drink. I'm not gonna lie. It was also, again, it's 11 a.m. I hadn't eaten anything. And that's like the first thing that my body is like, oh no,
Yeah. Ooh, Carson's coming out tonight.
Yeah, or today. Today. So then this kind of like starts this like just ongoing spiral of the craziness of Luigi. So we eat, it's great, like really good.
Well, prior to Luigi's, there's a train track that I saw that I was like, what is that?
Yeah, and I was like, it's just a train.
But the train's like in the movies, not like what is that, the actual name for like the cartel trains, like
it's not the word for it.
but just the ones that carry things, like it was like a movie, like
a cargo train.
A cargo train. A cargo train. And I was just like, I need to a thing about me is I'm not very one to be like, I'm not boring, but I'm not shy either. So like if I say I'm going to do something, like I'll do it.
Mm-hmm.
Now Matt and me together is not good, because when I do something or he says to do something, we both do it, but we do it times 10. So I'm like, I want to go on that train. And Matt's like, you won't go on the train. And I'm like, I'm going to go on the train. And I'm like my eyes are already twitching. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Like Carson's like, they're not going to do it.
Oh, you did not mention this to me. So like that's what made this super jarring. So like that's what I was getting to is we finished the meal, and then my brother-in-law and I were both like, okay, we're gonna go get the car, and then we will come pick you guys up at the front. So he and I go get the truck, and then you guys come back with basically what is the aftermath of what you do with the train.
I looked like,
and so before she finishes, where Luigi's is in Bakersfield is definitely not the safest.
It's heroin central.
Like Luigi's is like nice. It's like a very nice place, but it's next to a bunch of like homeless centers. It's not the safest part of town. So not only is spoiler a little bit, like going up to a train, which is already not safe in of itself, but like the probability of just like falling into a heroin needle is like skyrocket.
But me and Matt are just like on cloud 9 right now. We're like, woo! Like the world is our oyster. Like we are like
the oyster.
The oysters. And so I see this train, and my goal is to like do like the romantic, like
the train is going. It is not sitting there. The train is moving.
And I was like, but they jump, like it's when they jump and they're like, woo, like if you get
she
it,
was gonna go on a moving train.
Like I was like, I need to go on it, and I'm thinking this would be like the best photo, like me holding on. The train wasn't fast. It wasn't like the Polar Express. Like
it was still going.
It was so slow though. So I was like, I need to go on it. I think when Matt saw me getting closer, he's like, don't do it. So I like got really close and then I turned back around.
You would have been somewhere completely different.
Yes,
you went
because
on it.
my pants like got stuck on my leg and I fell.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you bruises, like cuts, it was wild. But me and Matt are like dying on the floor laughing. Like I'm like in pain, but it's just so funny that I can't I'm like, I can't believe this right now. And me and him are just dying laughing. Granted, we also had a lot to drink, but we were like, yeah, the world is our oyster. What's next? Like, and we push, Carson sees us coming off. Like, Carson's like, what the heck? I was like, you need to see this video. And like me and Matt, again, like when we're together, like it's like we're like the Step Brothers. Like we're literally like the movie Step Brothers. Cinnamon. Anyways, so then Carson, this is in a matter of one day. Carson's like, we're taking you to a bar. Like, okay, this like
it's another bar called Pyrenees.
And we go there. Mm-hmm. And so I'm going to just say what happened and you tell me your perspective on this. This is a funny story. This is the story that really defined me and Matt's friendship. It defined me and Matt as East Coasters because we just like, I'll give the framework and then you give your part. Okay. Yes. So as I mentioned before, I'm a heavy lightweight and the reason I don't drink a lot is because once I do start, it's pretty hard to convince drunk Carson to stop. So at that point, Carson was gone. And I was hanging out with my brother-in-law. And then there was a moment where you and I talked because we were talking about something. Something was bothering you. And I was like, you need to just let it out.
Like what? What is your issue? And then we solved that. And I'm like, I'm done. And I just was like, I'm done with this. I'm going to hang out with Bo.
Yeah.
And then, so I hang out with Bo, which I had a weird conversation with that table, but that is here or there. It's not important to the story. So then my back is facing like away, like towards the bar. So like I'm not seeing what is going on with Matt and Tiona. I'm just in this really weird conversation. I still need to ask Bo what was said. But I even remember, even in the state I was in, I was like, this is really odd.
It was just a weird bar. But
so, yeah.
So now Carson leaves us and me and Matt are talking.
And I leave off with like, I was like, you two need to figure out your garbage.
Like, yeah. So me and Matt are like, again, we're very like passionate people. So it's like me, Matt, and then some woman behind him, like grown woman.
And this is like at a bar top. So bar top. Like they're all parallel with each other.
So again, I have this thing. It's called Russian Rage. Comes out occasionally. Like sometimes, like I'm a very nice person, but I'm also like the East Coast comes out. And so me and Matt are talking, and to the point where like I'm getting teary-eyed. Like it's like
you're crying.
It's like an emotional like thing that we're talking about. And all of a sudden, I just see this for 30. I'm not even exaggerating because I'm like, I'm not going to say anything. Like, I'm like, I'm looking like I see you. Like I might not be saying something right now, but I see you. This woman is looking at me and she's like laughing. She's laughing at me and Matt. She's like, Matt will say something and she's laughing. And I'm just like, I'm not going to say anything because Carson's behind us. Like, this is his hometown. Like, that's like not a good look.
I don't care about these people. I think that's so funny. I don't know any of these people.
But like, they've seen me get like Russian rage. I was like, I'm not going to do it here. Like, it's not a good look. I'm like, okay. And my eye starts to like twitch when I can't say what I'm feeling. Like I'm like, it's like Hulk. Like Hulk turns green. Like I'm fueling. Andy, don't look at me like that because I'm fueling. Like my eyes just going like this the entire time. Matt's like talking to me and I'm like crying. I'm literally crying. And this woman is laughing. So 30 minutes in, I'm just done. I'm done. Excuse my language. This is what came out of my mouth. I said, what the fuck are you looking at? You remember it. I go and like literally just go, what the fuck are you looking at? And then Matt's not turned around yet because he's thinking I'm talking to him, where he's just like so used to me being loud that he's like, And it doesn't faze him to turn around yet. And he's like, you just hear her go, I'm looking at your breakup. He flips around. We're not breaking up, like his Philly accent. And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, we're not breaking up. And she's like, this is like entertaining. And I was like, well, when you look like that, I'm sure you come here for entertainment. Like I would too. And I kid you not, her husband grabs her arm and just leave. I don't even think they paid the tab. They just I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for my wife. And they left. And Carson now like is just hearing.
Because I'm at the state, which I think most human beings know this state where you're just like, what's going on? Like, you're just like, oh, giggles. Like,
me and Matt, whatever we were fighting about, like just gone. Like it squashed right there. We were like, we're good. Yeah. Me and you, we're good. It was like in that moment, like both of us turned East Coast. We're like, what? And then another table like made fun of Matt for something.
No, they weren't. No, the other table. So I will say where I'm from, our upstairs neighbors are so pissed. I was playing drums earlier. They were not happy. They were not happy about it. They were freaking stomping. But I was like, I have to practice. Anyways.
I have to practice.
I'm a golem. Like,
I was like 6 o'clock in the morning. It was 7 o'clock in the morning. I was like, I feel really bad for them. But at the same time, I hear them at 2 o'clock in the morning with fucking Zeus. I'm just like,
I did forget how early it was. Like, if I actually like comprehended the time, I would have been like, okay, I can't. But I was like, this is my only time to practice. Anyways, that aside.
This is my only time.
No, the table next to Matt was like questioning him because like where I'm from is like if someone's like bugging you, like you would very not East Coast, we would just be like, that's like that's just like it would just be like that's annoying.
No, and but if you look at someone the wrong way, you get stabbed.
Yeah, so that's not what I grew up with. So like even Bo and I were looking at each other the whole time that was going on, and we're like, okay.
She was like looking at me as if like do I look like the Kardashians with Matt? Like this ain't no Chloe and Scott Disick relationship right now. Like this ain't being filmed. Like this is real. And my tears went away. Everything away. And I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the table next started questioning Matt. They're like, hey, what are you doing here? Like, where are you from? And he's like, I'm from Philly. And he's
like really Philly accent.
And they're like, oh yeah, so you're not around here. And he's like, what brings you here? And he's like, for that guy. And again, my state, I was like, I literally had zero context. I just go, hi.
Yeah.
They're like questioning him, like almost like about, like, because the climate of that conversation was there might be a fight right now. And so, you know, just like them being like, so where are you from? And I'm like, hi. Like,
hi. How you doing?
That's me.
I'm your friend. Howdy, y'all. It was so like.
And so at that moment, like I started hearing the conversation and I just tapped Bo. I was like, it's time to go.
It's like this bar though was like, it was almost like we went into like from Luigi's, this bright, beautiful place into this dark realm. And I was just like with people that just are trying to get us to like crack, like to show us our worst parts of ourselves. And I'm like, it's dark in there. I got cuts on my, people are looking at me like, where did she, I did pull up into this bar, like bruised out. I was like, I need Band-Aids. Like the staff was like, what the hell happened?
But then the kicker is, guys, so you hear all of this story and you're like late night. The moment we left that second bar, it was 2 p.m. So we walked out and I was like, oh, like the sun was just like.
Yeah, and then no, it was literally 2 p.m.
I was literally like, there's no way there's more day.
And I'm walking out with, another thing about me is I'm all about memories.
No, you're all about stealing.
I'm not. Stop. Why are you going to make me look bad on this podcast, bro?
Bro, you're literally just admitted to it. The cups are up there.
Okay. I don't think of it as stealing.
Mm-hmm.
I think of it as taking the memory that was given to me.
So much better.
So for example, when you go to Target and you take a frying pan, that's not a memory. You went into that place ready to steal. That is stealing. But when something is freely given to you,
It's not freely given to you.
when something is handed to you, and they say enjoy, I'm enjoying, and no one in Target is saying enjoy. There is literally a checkout for your items. For this, I felt like memories. So did I have a piece of Luigi's before getting the shirt that your mom gave me? Yes. It's the cup that we have in our kitchen. But now we will remember this day as it is. Like it was, I also, yes, might have taken a Mai Tai cup from the next bar we went at 2:30 p.m. But granted, I will remember that moment. And so it's almost like going to Disneyland and I don't know, you taking like a leaf and remembering your amazing time in Disneyland. I don't like to say stealing. Stealing is not, that's not stealing. That's taking the memory that belongs to you. Don't put me in a, it's like, oh my gosh, like it's great. I mean, for 3 years, he was drinking out of a cup that he found out that me and Matt took from one of, X. So I don't know what the X was for. I was like, time out.
Yeah, I don't know what that was for.
So me and Carson and Matt, we all went to school together.
We did.
And our first year, there was this place that we all went to religiously called
Teriyaki House.
And so my friend George, who is also the reason why I like to borrow memories, George takes everything.
Oh, so it's taking now.
Well, he takes his memories. Like I borrow.
So are you gonna give the cups back
to our children, like to the next generation, so they can. It's just hold on. So George, Teriyaki House. George comes to visit me, and Carson was not there for this. Or were you?
I think I was, but like
you didn't know we did this.
I didn't know you guys did that.
So Teriyaki House freshman year. This is pre-COVID. Like COVID didn't even happen yet. And so he comes to visit, and George liked the cup. So George took one cup and Matt took the other. And we have these cups that I have a blue one and they have an orange one. And I guess Carson didn't know that this was like, Teriyaki House doesn't exist anymore. It's not, maybe because we were robbing them, but like.
Oh, so it's robbing them.
Of our memories. And so
the cup that Matt took was like the perfect like amount for the protein shake that I was drinking. So I drank out of that religiously, like all the time. And then I remember my senior year, I came in, I was on like I was feeling great. I got a workout in, I was drinking my protein shake. And you come in and you're like, oh, the Teriyaki House cup. And I was like, the what?
I said we took that freshman year.
And I was like, I've been drinking out of a stolen cup.
It's not stolen. It was borrowed. For better I'm going to explain something. Berkeley stole our joy.
Mm-hmm.
But we don't say they stole our joy.
Uh-huh.
We didn't steal. We took our memory. And that is exactly what Berkeley did. They took our joy. But back to Bakersfield.
Logic was not your strongest subject in high school.
Oh, it was. It was just a thing of just like where
Bending
I applied.
it.
Yes, where, you know what? I did want to be a lawyer. So gotta like bend the truth sometimes.
Sometimes. You turned into Christopher Walken.
Sometimes. Like if the glove don't fit. I don't know if that's a sensitive topic, but the glove didn't fit. But like, you don't know about
he died
O.J. Simpson?
Yesterday.
Can I just tell you something?
Soon.
You know what?
He's my cousin.
Wait, I know this would be.
No,
he goes to Bakersfield. Imagine. Can I just say one of the most sickest things that came into my mind? That,
okay.
Like if I was twisted like that, my last words as OJ Simpson would have been, the glove did fit. And just that's it.
And just
And that was it. And that was it. Like I said, guys, this is gonna be so awful. But like, if I was OJ Simpson, the last thing I would say on my deathbed would be, the glove did fit. Like, that's it. That's all I would say. And yeah, but so back to Bakersfield. We ended that night with, you know, by the time it hit 10 o'clock, we were all sauced. We ended up in Kathleen's house. No, it was not 10. Again, we did this all very early. So what felt like midnight was 6 p.m. Yes.
It felt like 6 p.m. And I was like, why are we doing this? Like,
I was like, wow, like more White Claws. Yeah, like we moved every time. Like we're going to something else. And you know what the saddest part about that whole day was? We left.
Yeah.
We literally left at 11 o'clock. We were not drunk.
No.
We were not driving.
Y'all were. I stopped drinking at a certain point.
Yes, that's true.
And so that's when I was like, yeah, we're fine. I was extremely exhausted.
Yeah, and Matt was like, but I want to go home. And I'm like, like, Matt's just like annoying. Like, Matt will be like, but I think this is the better idea. And I was like, it's not. Go to bed. And he's like, no, I want to go. Or no, you know what Matt does? Matt does this thing. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I don't care. You know, but going home today would be like great, but I don't care. It's like twisted. It's even more twisted than O.J. Simpson. He's trying to get into your mind.
He's more twisted than O.J. Simpson.
Every day the gloves don't fit for Matt. But Courtney's like, I'm done. Yeah, but that was really breathtaking. I wanted to end off with, how much time do we have? What you playing with over there? A wine opener? Isn't that ironic? We just love alcohol here. Well, what I wanted to end off with, one question that really is gonna make the viewers, actually 2 questions.
Okay.
One, do you think you have an alcohol problem?
What you and Matt do is you guys isolate the, like, I will say 3 or 4 times where, I got a little too crazy.
I ripped my jeans on your 21st birthday. I was right there with you.
But then the rest of the time, Matt went on a trip and brought back a shot glass for you. And then he was like, I was going to get one for you. And then I realized you just don't drink and that would be a waste. So I got you this cow. Which is like,
it's over there.
Andy, if you could grab it, it's on next to those flowers.
He got me a shot glass.
So that's the perspective. Everyone's like, well, remember the 4 times Carson went too hard? And it's like,
it's a cow.
Yeah, he was like, I got you this because I knew you weren't going to use the shot glass. So
just have a cow. And my last question is,
but I do like the cow, Matt. I do genuinely like the cow. It's to make a point.
Don't not get us cows.
Don't make it not get us cows. I'm just saying I don't drink that much, and that's the point I'm punctuating.
Right.
Okay.
Where's the wine opener? And then my last question is,
gosh, I want to drink right now.
Give me the bottle. The last question is,
what?
Do you think I'll ever stop taking my memories? You think that time will ever come? Oh,
email. No, I think you're still gonna do it.
But this time, like, maybe more knowingly.
What do you mean more knowingly? What does that mean?
Like, maybe people will be aware.
Yeah, I do think like there will be a day.
You'll rue the day.
I'm not Neville from iCarly. I'm just saying there will probably be a point where we're out to dinner and like with our friends and you're like, this wine glass is great. And then the
No, the one
the
I've never
police are
seen.
like, ma'am.
I've never seen, but this is the thing. You have to take things that are unique. A wine glass is very easy to be obtained.
Well, what if it's like a special wine glass?
I'd have to see it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's because this is all hypothetical. If you followed with the story from the start.
What's the story?
I don't know. It doesn't matter. That's what I'm saying. Is it doesn't matter about the wine glass.
I don't think
I
anything
could have said
matters.
it is a magic tooth, and you took it. It doesn't like.
I do want my tooth. But
Oh,
what?
can I plug my thing? I used that term earlier, and then you were like, "I don't know what you're saying."
I don't get it. But it
It's
sounds
literally
very
a term. It's not. If anything, this is just going to bring more.
Plug that thing in.
No, that's not what I said.
Bend over. Let me plug that thing.
Let me promote the thing I
What
wanted
are
to
you
promote.
promoting?
It's coming out. It will be.
Is it a plug?
No.
Okay, go ahead. Promote.
Thank you.
Plug that thing in.
Plug that thing in. No, that's all I wanted to say. No, I have a video. It's coming out on this channel this Friday from the airing of this episode. Worked really hard on it. Natalie Del Carmen worked really hard on it. You should check it out.
Wait, I'm going to finish off with one more thing.
Okay. Are you going to plug that thing in?
I can't wait to. Not cool, man.
No. Yo, Dan.
I just want you to know.
Yo, Dan.
I just want everyone to know that me and Carson binged like all episodes of the Nickelodeon Quiet on Set. We sat there on our couch and we're keep going. Carson had to get up at like 4:00 in the morning the next day, and I'm like, no, we're not leaving until we finish. And then like if you don't know, Nickelodeon just got exposed. So Dan Schneider comes out with this like interview with like fucking what's his name?
With the guy that plays Tebow from iCarly. If you don't remember, is the guy that literally just put a stick through a bunch of tacos. He's like, it's taco on stick. Like, that's the person he picked to do his apology interview.
He was like, and so Tebow is so serious, and
he's just so serious, but you can't take him seriously.
And he looks at Dan, he goes, I saw.
No, I'm gonna do it.
Like, he does do it better. Don't laugh.
Okay, I'm gonna get through.
I'll be Dan.
Can you get the goatee? I'll just imagine it. It's fine. Yo, Dan. So now I wanted to address. You said I wanted to address. I saw what. Want to address what was happening in the writers' room. Not cool, man. Like, I don't know why it was just the delivery of it. It's just
how he said it was just like, not cool, man.
And Dan's like, I totally agree. And
he's like, I do like he's just full serious, but Tebow's not cool. I mean, just take that pause, but that's Tebow for you. But my eyes are watering. Gotta put that plug in. Anyways, that was Talks with T.
That was a lot.
That was a lot to unfold, and I don't really like. There was Bakersfield, wonderful place. I should have freaking wore my Luigi shirt. I'll wear it for the next podcast.
Great.
I'm gonna wear it for my next podcast because that was the most disgusting thing I could have done. It was worse than even taking my memory.
Doing this podcast with having me on the podcast?
Not wearing my shirt.
Why?
Because it's the Luigi shirt. Luigi sponsor us. Please give us a free meal to Luigi's.
Give us free meals.
Yeah, pull up in my shirt.
I might be healthy right now, but Luigi's, let's get me up to 300 plus. Let's get this show sponsored. I will eat truffle spaghetti religiously for every meal every day. Let's get Carson up to 300.
Let's do that. Yes.
My video comes out on Friday. You should watch it.
Talks with T. Stay tuned for the next episode. I love you. Woo! Yeah!